Sometimes we sit at home and look around and think it might be time to update our spaces. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to go out and buy all new furniture. We've got some simple styling solutions to refresh any room in your home on today's SoFlo Home Project. Welcome to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra. Many of us put off updating our homes out of fear of making costly mistakes. But fortunately, there are some great ways to achieve design impact in your home without letting the budget go astray. Today, we show you how to freshen up your home decor by creating accent walls with wallpaper, selecting the right size area rug for your spaces, brightening up your rooms with the best light, and so much more. So the foyer is the best way in your home to really make an entry. There are so many ways to simply update it by just setting up a nice vignette. So one of the most common things is a console table. So this particular console table is actually high, so it has some really nice texture, but you could do them in glass, in metal, in stone. There are thinner options for really narrow entryways. A couple of things you could do to really stage it and make it look beautiful are things like adding 2 ottomans or stools underneath. That's a great opportunity to have somewhere to sit and put shoes on, but also from a design aesthetic, it's a great place to bring a different fabric. Here I used a taupe boucle just to add texture. Above it, a mirror is always a great option, beautiful wall art, and I also love 3D art. This is great specifically if you also have high ceilings, because you could just bring it all the way up, whereas finding an art piece that big can sometimes be challenging. And over here, I did some greenery. It's nice to either bring a floral or some sort of greenery onto the table, one for height and also just for a little bit of a different look. So in the entryway, another great thing to do is to add wall covering, whether it's on just an accent wall or wrapping the entire foyer, or even in the ceiling, as I did here. This was just an area where the ceiling is dropped for sprinklers and some ductwork that's in the condo. So there's so many ways you could highlight things with wall covering. So speaking of wall covering, let's continue on with a little bit more about that. The best part about adding a wall covering is that it's just a simple way to change a space completely without even changing the furniture or anything else in the home. When you're selecting your wall covering, samples are the best thing. Never try to purchase it through the internet alone without seeing it. Always try to get a sample. Here, these are a sampling of different ones. Put them up, step back, look at it, and another thing you want to pay attention to is if there is a pattern. Often when wall coverings have a pattern, on the back will usually be the information that shows it in a large scale. You want to make sure you're seeing the pattern in its full view and not just in a small piece. This is important because it's going to tell you a couple of key things. One, it's going to tell you the width of the paper. Knowing the width of the paper is important in finding out how much you need for wall, because wallpaper is installed by widths. So you need to know the width of the paper, and you need to know how it's sold. Often, wallpaper could be sold by the yard. Wallpaper could be sold by the roll. Always double check with the wallpaper installer. They could help you out. If you have textured walls with knockdown finish or any sort of a textured finish, you're gonna wanna get that wall skim coated by a professional. That means they're just gonna have to skim it out so it's a flat and even surface, because the paper has to adhere to something flat. Now, if you are attempting to DIY, that's another great way to instantly change up a room. This is a small sample of one, but they all simply have just a peel back. They'll be on rolls, and it's very easy. I mean, you just simply peel this back, it sticks to the wall. You smooth it out to remove any of the bubbles. We love removable wallpaper, specifically for kids' rooms, teen rooms, where they might not want that pattern for a long time, even nurseries, and also great for rentals. You have to make sure you're putting it on a flat wall. Again, textured walls will not work well with this. And you gotta make sure you completely clean the wall free of dust and debris, because that will show underneath if it's on there. So don't be afraid of dressing up the walls in your home with wallpaper. I love it, and I know you will too. Coming up, we help you decide what size area rug works best for your room on SoFlo Home Project.
Up next, we'll show you an aluminum door with wood grain finish.
Come see this incredible installation on this beautiful home.
Up next on SoFlo Home Project.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are continuing to give tips on how to refresh your home, but on a budget and make some big impact in the style of the space. So when it comes to achieving maximum impact of design in a space, going with the largest surface areas is what can do that, such as wallpaper on an accent wall. It covers a lot of space, brings a lot of great impact. Another thing that does that is your area rugs. Area rugs cover a lot of surface area of the floor, and it's one way to bring color, texture, and or pattern into a room. So when it comes to picking the right area rug, it's really about getting that size just right, because you could make a space look very awkward with the wrong size rug. We are continuing answering some of your great design questions today. And the next one that we're going to tackle is finding the right size area rug for your living room. I think that is something people always ask, like, how do I know what size to put? Does the furniture go on the rug? Does it go off the rug? There's so many questions. So I've broken it down into 3 simple ways that you could set up your room. Now, the first tip before I jump into the ways is look at the size of your sofa, look at the chairs and the other things you're bringing in. Once you have those set, then measure around that to figure out which type of rug size will work. We do that with blue tape and a tape measure. So once you've positioned your furniture, measure it out to some standard rug sizes that you find. If you're debating between going for an 8x10 rug versus a 9x12, measure them both out, and then when you find the one you like, you could tape both. I do this with clients all the time. It's really, really helpful to be able to visualize that. All right, so 3 ways to set up your living room with an area rug. First option is all legs on, meaning all legs of the furniture are on the rug. So this is if you are using a large size area rug. The chairs that are set there and the sofa will fully be sitting on the area rug. The next option, which I think is the most popular, because again, you might not have the perfect size rug for your room, but you could still make it work with this option, and that's front legs on. So actually where I'm sitting right here, the sofa's front legs are on the rug, but the back legs are not. And it's the same thing for the chairs. As rug sizes increase, so does the price. And sometimes there's a big jump from your standard 8x10 to the next size. So if you can make the smaller size work by putting front legs of the sofa on, front legs of the chair on, and creating your room, that is one of my favorite options. And then the last option is really all legs off. Now this one, it should maybe be your last choice, because I think then the rug tends to look a little bit more like an island in the room as opposed to being anchored to the furniture. It's nice to be able to connect your furniture to the rug. But sometimes this works great in small spaces, so I don't want to count it out as an option. But if you have a smaller rug, or maybe the only one you could find that you like comes in a smaller size, then you want to keep maybe all legs off and just kind of bring it close to the perimeter so it still creates a nice frame in the room. So now that you've got the right size area rug selected for your space, it's time to bring in all the furnishings. And of course, furniture is such a big investment in our homes that we want it to last a long time. And that means protecting all of the upholstery from spills and stains. And we are going to share some great tips on how to keep your furniture stain free. But before we do that, let's check in with USA Windows and Doors and see what advice they have for us today.
Hi, this is John.
And I'm Jennifer with USA Windows and Doors.
And today we're going to show you another beautiful house that we're about to finish the impact windows and doors.
And more specifically, I want to focus on this door. This is a wood grain finish door. Now for this customer, he has a home office that has all wood on the inside. It's wood paneling on the walls, and he wanted to match that look for his door. And as you can see behind us, this door is a wood grain finish. Now, the good thing is it's an aluminum door, and it has the texture and feel like if it was wood, and the look as well.
As you see, this door have a low E coating on the glass. It will prevent from the heat to go inside the house, so the customer can enjoy the look of it. Here at USA Windows and Doors, we offer a lot of different brands and varieties of impact windows and doors. We have all the brands. We carry everything.
Now, when it comes to installation, this is key. You can have a great product, but if it's not installed properly, it will defeat the purpose. So for this door, as you can see, the exterior caulking, the restucco that was done, it's completely seamless. It makes it easier for the homeowner to transition because all you have to do is do minimal paint over it and your home looks like nothing ever happened.
As you see, we removed the shutters. There's no shutters around all the windows and doors. And we did a nice stucco work, and this house is ready to be painted. If you're ready to upgrade your windows to impact windows and doors, call USA Windows and Doors today.
Or visit us at our website at usawindowsanddoors.com.
So when it comes to protecting our fabrics and upholstery, pillows, sofas, chairs, ottomans, all of these things, we want to keep them staying beautiful and utilized. You don't want to live in a home that you can't enjoy the furnishings. So that means you need to protect those fabrics, and there's a lot of great ways to either treat them or select the right ones before you even upholster. So one of the things that I think most of us worry about is ruining the fabrics in our home by spilling something on it or accidentally getting pen on it. And here at Romo, this fabric really lives up to any wear and tear in the home.
Absolutely. Of course, everyone wants an immaculate home, but the reality is people have kids, they have pets, they interchain. So right here we have a stain-treated fabric that does not absorb liquid. So
this is like you hold your breath while you're doing this, and look at that.
Whether
oh my gosh.
it is coffee or wine, it will not absorb.
Just beads up.
Absolutely. All you have to do is kind of take a rag, move it over the fabric.
Wow.
And it's actually dry to the touch.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. So this type of fabric, this is a performance fabric. It is treated, it is coated.
It has a stain treatment applied to the top of the fabric, which does not allow any liquid to penetrate. So doesn't matter what it is. Yeah.
I mean, this is amazing. When you pour that on there, you're thinking like, oh no. I mean, coffee can ruin linen fabrics and all of these lighter tones. So this is a great option. Now, what about pen, right?
So this is a easy clean fabric, which means all stains, whether it is dirt, a liquid, or pen, can easily be removed with just water. So you can go ahead and test it.
All right, we are gonna draw on this. This is the fun part.
My 8-year-old has drawn on a lot of fabrics, so
all right,
this is actually very useful.
We've got some, I've kind of covered a large surface area with the pen, so now we could just wipe this off with just simple water and a cloth.
Cloth that is wet and kind of
try this
give
out.
it a go.
We usually say, do not try this at home. Try this at home on this fabric because it works.
Look, it's coming right off.
This is so awesome. And
there we go.
Look at this. I mean, this is amazing. So, Mariana, this is amazing. I mean, this is just water. I mean, I haven't put anything, no chemical. And the ink from the pen is actually now completely transferred to the cloth and where it's damp and off of the fabric sample, which is exactly what you want it to do.
Absolutely. You'd never know that someone just wrote all over that. And whether it's a child that does it, if it's any stain, household stain, like I said, either coffee, wine, dirt, pets, it'll immediately come off with just water.
So those were some great tips. I mean, when you think about kind of keeping within budget on a project, being able to prolong the use of any furnishings in your home adds to that overall budget because you won't have to replace it in times. Coming up next, we shed some light on brightening up your home on SoFlo Home Project.
SoFlo Home Project is sponsored in part by Eldorado Furniture. Looking to refresh your home? Visit us online at eldoradofurniture.com or a showroom near you.
When it's time to move, it's often a good time to get rid of things that we don't want, and it's a good time to declutter. So Goodrig Junk Removal comes in really handy to our customers as part of our one-stop shop and total relocation solutions. By getting rid of things that our customers don't need, we're saving them time and money. Good Greek junk removal not only helps you get rid of those unwanted things by disposing of them at the dump or taking them to your local charity, but Good Greek can also help in construction and renovation sites by helping get rid of that debris. So whether you're moving and you need to declutter, or you just need to do some spring cleaning around the house, Good Greek junk removal can help you get it all done.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are continuing to share ways to update your home without breaking the budget and really create some amazing design impact. So one of the easiest ways to transform any room in your home is with the right lighting. So it's something often we don't realize, but lighting truly can make any space look beautiful without changing anything inside the room itself. So one of the easiest ways to start, if you're not doing a lot of recessed ceiling lighting and things like that, is simply with the bulbs that you have in your lamps and fixtures. So there are often many brands that have color changing technology in the bulbs themselves. So you could actually dial in the color through a lot of the apps that work with these to create the exact color temperature of light that works perfectly in your room. Here I have an app on my phone that controls this lamp behind me. You can then have a little bit of smart home technology for a fraction of the price of doing an entire smart home. You could even do some voice activation with other things and link this all together. So you can make this as smart as you want and dial in any type of light. So speaking of color temperature, if you are putting in new recessed hi-hats, you'll see on the box sometimes it will give you a little key here. It says it goes from 2700 Kelvin, which is color temperature reading, 3000, 3500, 4000, and 5000. 2700 is going to be your warmest yellowy undertone of light. Typically around 3000 Kelvin to 3500 is that sweet spot where you're getting warm light, but it's still a little bit brighter. And then anywhere from 4000 to 5000 Kelvin is more of that crisper, whiter light and has a little bit of a blue undertone. One other thing to think about when buying recessed lights, where the bulb is now integral. They're slim. These can go in any ceiling with just a minimal amount of space, but the part that connects allows you to change the color temperature. So always, if you're not sure about the light, make sure you're purchasing ones that have that ability to flip the switch when you're installing them. It's always fun to kind of play around with the color temperature of the lighting in your home to really find a setting that enhances the room and enhances each room of that home. Next, we have more solutions to common design mistakes on SoFlo Home Project. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are continuing to share tips on how to create big style in your house without breaking the budget. And over the course of the episode, we've shared some ways to update your walls with wall coverings, and of course, that's one way to do that. Getting the right size area rug is also crucial in making a room look pulled together. Protecting the furniture is the other part of that equation. Treating your fabrics with the right treatments or selecting performance fabrics or pre-stain treated fabrics could definitely give your furniture long-lasting life. And lastly, lighting. The right lighting, as we mentioned time and time again, truly is key to making any room look beautiful, literally without having to change not one piece of furniture, not one color paint, nothing. You change out those bulbs with something that warms up the space where you could dial in that perfect color temperature for your home. It makes a world of a difference. So if you do anything today, think about simply updating one room with some new light bulbs that warm up the room and give it a beautiful glow. I hope that you enjoyed these tips, and we've got so many more, so don't forget to check out SoFloShows.com as well as the SoFlo Home Project YouTube channel. We've got lots of design tips each and every week for you to keep making your homes look absolutely beautiful. And speaking of beautiful homes, check out a preview of next week's episode. Updating a home with good bones can sometimes be a challenge. We show you how to merge new and existing design elements to achieve a beautiful, seamless new look. And before we go, let's check in with our friend Hunter Frankie, the host of SoFlo Health, and see what cool things he's got going on tomorrow. Hunter, what's up?
Hey there, Alena. Have you seen these around town? I bet you have. They're getting pretty popular. And tomorrow on SoFlo Health, we'll show you how to make them, and we'll even dive into the reason they began. It's for a good cause. Then we'll head over to The Salty and get us some donuts. What the heck does that have to do with health? Well, you're gonna have to watch to find out. Then we'll meet Morgan over at the gym, where she's going to show us some exercises to get you in and out of the gym as quickly as possible on a crowded day. It's all tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. on the one and only Local 10 for SoFlo Health.
Thanks, Hunter. We will definitely be watching. And to our viewers, just want to give you a quick scheduling note. Once again, at the start of college football season, we are going to be moving to Sundays at 5:30 p.m. the first week of September. But next week, you can join us on Saturday at our regularly scheduled time for another all-new episode of SoFlo Home Project right here on Local 10. And remember, there's no place like SoFlo Home. If you missed any part of this episode, or if you're looking for more design inspiration, make sure to check out all episodes online at SoFloShows.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram.